September is a busy time for parents juggling jobs and getting their kids back into the school routine, and that doesn't leave them much time in the kitchen. Chef Brian Henry is here with quick and easy meals that you can prepare in no time. And Brian, they are so quick that this segment's going to be over with in 30 seconds, right?
Exactly. We'll be able to fly right through it, Rita.
Okay, so as I mentioned, it is a busy time. I mean, you're a dad, so you know, you've got your job, you're juggling your kids' careers, their schooling, plus you also have to prepare meals for them.
Exactly, and I'm finding right now that it is very stressful. We all fall into the lull of summer, and the days are longer then, so we tend to have more time to do things. Now that we're trying to get back into our schedules, life gets a little bit stressful.
Right, so you have prepared for us some quick and easy meals that parents at home can prepare for their kids that takes them no time to do, and they're out of the kitchen within like 20 minutes.
Exactly, and with a bit of forethought and thinking your menu through what you're going to be doing is very easy to do.
Okay, so where should we start?
I think where we'll start is, this here is my life-saving device right here. I picked one up a couple years ago. It's a crock pot. I'm absolutely enjoying using it. It allows me to start dinner in the morning. I can go off and do what I have to do during the day, and then when I come back, dinner's ready for us when we get home.
Okay, and so you like a crock pot because this is something that you could actually leave on, Brian, while you're working, and you know that it's safe to do so?
Exactly. It's completely safe to use. They've changed a lot over the years. The newer models, this one here has a digital display on it. It will let you know if there's been a power outage. It'll shut down automatically, and once it is done cooking, it shuts itself down. You can pre-program your times, and it can go into a holding mode, so it keeps the food at a food-safe temperature until you do get home.
And the nice thing about this, it's very easy because all it is one pot that you're washing. You take the lid off, you're going to wash the lid, and you're going to wash the casserole itself.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's very easy to work with.
And with crock pots, do you have to make sure there's water in them?
No, they're actually usually a dry heat source, and you don't actually put water in them. There are different models out there that use different methods and such. It'll depend on which ones you purchase and what the instructions tell you to do with.
Okay, obviously. So you definitely need the equipment, which is going to make your job a lot easier.
Very much so. And along with the crock pot, I've started using rice cookers.
Okay.
Absolutely foolproof, mindless. I come home, the crock pot's hot, the food is ready. I can put on a pot of rice, or I can get one of my kids to do it. It takes no time at all. It creates foolproof rice for you. And if you need to as well, you can also have a steaming attachment on top that'll do up your vegetables for you as well.
Look at that, so two separate components there. Now, you mentioned a rice cooker. Is it specifically, I mean, obviously it's called a rice cooker, so is it specifically used just for rice?
It's specifically used just for rice, but as well, with the other attachments, you can get into cooking other vegetables, and you can poach salmon in it as well.
Okay, and the nice thing about a rice cooker is you can cook rice up ahead of time, and you can have it like for 3 or 4 days.
Exactly, yes, as long as you're keeping it in the refrigerator.
Okay, and you actually have 2 examples of rice dishes here.
Yes. This dish here, I've just simply Cajun grilled some salmon with some roasted vegetables that I served on some rice. Grilling the salmon, I did it in a pan actually, and it took about 5 minutes to cook off. I seasoned it with Cajun seasonings, but you can use thyme, you can use lemon juice, simply pepper if you choose. So it'd be a peppered salmon dish. Grilling off the vegetables, it's just a matter of doing them in a pan as well, tossing them about for about 2 minutes on a medium to high heat with a little bit of olive oil in the pan, and they're ready to go in just within a few minutes.
Or Brian, as you mentioned, you can use a rice cooker, have the rice done up ahead of time, you've got your vegetables steamed here, have that done ahead of time, and then all you're looking after is the salmon.
And then all you have to do is the salmon, exactly.
And what a quick and easy dish, and it looks so beautiful.
Exactly.
And then your other rice dish here.
This rice dish here, I've incorporated the rice, but I've also used a slow cooker to do a pulled pork dish. So it's a matter of taking a pork loin, cooking it off in the slow cooker.
Yes.
Sorry about that. And what I've paired it off with is a mango salad with some mixed greens. Mixed greens are perfect to use because you can open the box, use them right away. You don't have to wash them. You don't have to do any maintenance to them. Usually they're organic, so they're clean. They're ready to use always. So you can open up, immediately use the lettuce. I put some chopped mangoes with some sesame oil and some red peppers and green onions in it, and then have the barbecue pulled pork on top of the rice.
Now, I want to ask you this. You said mangoes.
Yes.
How are kids with having the fruit with their salad?
They're actually not too bad with it because the sweetness of the mangoes can be almost interpreted like a candy. So a lot of kids will go well, they'll do well with mangoes.
And what a great way of introducing your kids to fruits they may never have had in the past.
Exactly, yes.
Very nice, love that dish. And then I love this, the presentation is everything.
This is an easy one to do. Put the pot of chili on in the morning. You get home, you've got a hot crock of chili ready to go. We're going to be getting into cooler days now as we're heading to fall. Kids are always good with chips, so you've got some cheese. You can be doing the dippy thing if you're choosing to, or you can eat it straight out of the bowl.
And I like the little added touch of the cheese on top.
Naturally, yes. Now, when you're getting into leftovers and such from using the crock pot, because I'm using quite a large one here,
right.
What I find that I do is I purposefully will make large batches of food.
Okay.
And then this allows me to have meals ready down the road as well. For example, with a pulled pork, I could be doing beef or lamb in the slow cooker. It allows me to make up different pies and tortillas for around the house as well, which I can freeze and then pull out as I need them.
Look at that, great.
Yeah, and as you do larger batches as well, I prefer to use like a Ziploc style storage bag.
Okay.
And what this allows me to do, the Tupperware containers or the plastic style containers work great in the fridges, but unfortunately they're very symmetrical and they only fit in certain
That's
shapes.
right.
Where with these, if you lay them down in your fridge, or in your freezer actually, they get nice and flat, and that's all the space that it's going to take up, and you can stack them in.
And I like that because you've also dated it, so you know
Exactly.
how
in
old
case
the
your
product
in case
is.
your spouse is coming home and they're responsible for doing dinner tonight, and they go digging through the freezer and there's all these mystery packages, just simply date it. You know what's in it and when you did it.
Right, you know what's in it because you've actually listed it as salsa, so we should also mention too that you should put the name up on the product that you have here. And it's great, Brian, because again, as you mentioned, if you're going to use your slow cooker or your crock pot and you're going to make a big batch, your kids and your family don't want to eat the same meal over and over for that week.
Exactly. You have to extend the life of the food that you're using, and if it's meatloaf again, it does get tiring after a while. So you have to mix it up.
So very simple dishes, and you have your own catering business, so you do go to homes and you offer private classes.
Exactly, yes. Doing classes for 8 to 12 people, going into their homes and working with them in the environment that they're used to working with. Quite often people come into demonstration kitchens and they're all done up, and people feel intimidated by the equipment because it's all shiny and glossy and think, oh, I can't do that because I don't have that piece of equipment. We go into their homes and we can create whatever we want to, and we can show them how to use the tools that they have at their hands reach or arms reach.
And the nice thing too is you can go with them and you can talk to them about their grocery list, because people assume that I'm going to need a whole bunch of different items. I don't have time to go grocery shopping. When really, when you look at a salad like this, you could buy the salad ahead of time. It does last a week in the fridge.
Exactly.
Buy a few different fruits and vegetables to put on top of it. There you go, not too much there. And
That's
then when
right.
it comes to your meat dish or even your vegetable dish, there's not much involved, but it's simple to do.
Exactly.
Okay, some great tips here, Brian, and you make it so easy for families out there. And as you mentioned, you can freeze these products, you can have them ahead of time, and as you mentioned, pasta is even a good thing to do ahead of time.
Pasta is a great thing to do ahead of time as well. It's people worry about the carb count and such, but if you eat smaller portions of the pasta and pair it off with a salad and such, you're going to do well. The general rule with carbs and weight: eat less, move more.
Right.
So keep your portions down and such, but pasta is a great thing too. It takes 10 minutes to make pasta.
And if you are going to use pasta, what I always tend to do is I used to have it as a full meal, but not anymore. Now it's like a little side dish.
It's a side dish. It has to be. And then that way you can pair it off with other items, and leftovers are great because you can take the grilled vegetables or something and toss it into the pasta the next day. You can take it to work as a lunch, and now you have a pasta salad. You can sprinkle some feta cheese on it, and it's ready to go again.
Okay, great. Brian, thank you so much for sharing these great tips with easy and healthy, fast, quick meals, you name it, in the kitchen. And for more information, you can always visit Brian's website.